Hey y'all, Colin Mill here. So I just wanted to talk to you real quick about what you're going to hear in today's main topic that is. So we originally had a short film that we was going to debut on Sunday, the passing Sunday, and that's not what we ended up posting. We actually went with another short film. So spoilers. If you guys haven't seen my short film, Blood on My Hands, which most of y'all haven't because I didn't post it online, only select few people got to see it. When you hear this podcast, you'll hear a lot about that film. But if you haven't, I don't want to tell you guys don't listen because we definitely do say a couple important things in this episode. But if in case you haven't seen the short film, just keep it in mind later after you hear this podcast. When the film come up, you'll recognize it based off what you hear in this podcast. But as of now, if you didn't know, by the time you hear the end of the podcast, don't go looking for that short film because it's not online. You'll end up seeing another short film where we're just more focused on mental health and suicide, which I'll put that in the description, but more on that later. Enjoy the show.
Hello world, and welcome to another episode of The Birds and the Bees. My name is Colin Mill. I'm here with my co-host. Guys, do what you do.
Yo, it's K after that, Frenchie. How y'all doing?
Hey, it's your girl Harley.
So, guys, we try to keep this up back to back because recently, episodes been coming off late. It'll be Easter when the Easter episode showed up the next day. We did an episode at the end of April that showed up in May.
We've been going through some shit.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's been a tough road, bumpy road, ladies and gentlemen.
And, we've shot an episode of the live version of The Birds and the Bees that hasn't come out yet. And we start shooting again next Friday. So, we've just been preparing and, figure out the kinks and everything. But, just stay tuned. We got some interesting coming. We got interesting things coming your way.
Interesting topics, too.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, everything is being sponsored by
KinkyCandyOnline.com, reminding you guys to keep it kinky. Now, summertime's coming up, and we have a couple different things we're planning to do with KinkyCandyOnline.com, as well as my regular website, ColinMill.com, and as well as Freshest FM, FreshestRadio.com. So, it's really important that you guys follow us at Birds and the Bees on Twitter, so you guys can be up to date on everything that's coming up. I guess that's really the best proper way to reach all three of us at the same time is to get the Birds and the Bees Twitter. Yeah, that's the best. That's pretty much the best way. Yeah.
I mean, do they need for it to be spelled out again? If they need
it's Birds and the Bees with Z at the end.
Yeah.
That's basically it. You know how to spell birds. You know how to spell and. You know how to spell duh. You know how to spell bees. You got it. You just gotta put that Z, and bam, put that at in front of that. Not in front of the Z, but birds and the bees. And boom, there we are on Twitter.
Shoot, send us some comments. I mean, I would love to hear some kinky stories.
I actually wasn't going there, but you know what? Bring it. Go ahead. Give us some kinky stories.
Yeah, so we can actually.
I see some kinky stuff on Twitter, man. There's this page called HBCU Confessions, and it's just nasty ass quote unquote confessions. Sometimes I feel like they're making these stuff up. But apparently people send their confessions to this Twitter page, and they, anonymously put it up there, and, they'd be like, oh, I'm in love with this girl, but I'm fucking her brother, some, crazy shit.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess, if y'all want to send us some crazy stories, screw it. You got something for us to tell to the audience? Hit us on the Birds and the Bees on Twitter.
Don't hit us up about you being in love with your brother, but you got a girl and she got a sister.
Right.
Listen, I'm going to want to get curious. We're going to have a whole conversation.
I say go for it. We already had people hit us about anal toys and everything like that. So it's just like...
Yeah, but that's one thing. That's a product. When you sitting here talking about that you're in love with a girl but you're fucking her brother, that's drama. Like, that's empire.
That's somebody
power.
getting
we
shot.
We need to see this. How is this going to end?
Shit, so much shit going on today.
I send those because that's what I'll tell them. Hey, you should really tell these people how you feel and let these people know what you're going through. Like, hey, I love you. but I'm fucking your brother. It might be hard, but, you know, she love you too. You know, first I figure out who you want to be with. You want to be with the brother or do you want to be with her? That's one thing you got to make up your mind first. Then you tell, then whoever.
Who are you?
I don't think that.
Are you a male or female? Like,
to be honest, I wouldn't care. I would just leave it alone.
I would, but like, yo, that's just funny.
But you know what? I have to lie because, I thought the same thing too.
I don't want to know. Keep it anonymous. Keep it
anonymous, please.
Wait. No,
we'll
they
make
can't.
up a name
It's coming for Twitter.
Yeah, but
so we're going to see who they are.
I'll make up a name. We'll make up a name.
We'll make.
Well,
of course.
we're gonna have.
We're gonna know. We're gonna see who they are. So, all right. Basically, just know, guys. Whatever you say.
Just know if you got some juicy juice, you will get a personal message from me. Like, so what's up? How did that go?
Like, get an update.
You might get updated on some stories on it.
Right?
Right.
Oh yeah, we can do that too. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, we will do it.
Shit. And speaking of kinky,
what's
going on kinky history, brother?
So, this week I want to talk to you guys about Jake Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
I think is it Jake or John? I think it's Jake. Is it Jake? Do me a favor, look up if it's Jake or Jack, because I don't want to have people say the wrong name here. But I'm talking about old boxer. This is before Muhammad Ali. This is before Joe Frazier. This is before Mike Tyson. This is before Floyd Mayweather. This is before I'm running out of names because I don't watch boxing like that. So that's where I'm.
Just stop that Floyd.
That's how far I can get with black boxers, y'all. I don't even count Denzel Washington and Hurricane. Hurricane Carter. I don't know who the real Hurricane Carter is, but him too. Oh, George Foreman. Oh, I forgot George Foreman.
Oh, I forgot it.
Can't forget George Foreman.
Year?
Wait, Jake Johnson?
Okay, Jake. That's his name, Jake Johnson?
Jake Johnson. This guy was, I believe, a heavyweight back in... I can't tell you how bad it's
1908.
1908. Heavyweight, right?
No, he was a lightweight.
Lightweight. Okay, see, this is why I asked him to look this stuff up while we recorded, just in case.
Oh, no. Correction. He was a heavyweight. He was a heavyweight. Dame, shut up.
All right, let's do it. Whoa, why is your screen so bright?
Because.
So he was a heavyweight. So the reason why I brought him up, because he was what I found out so far in history, in 1908, he was like into swirling before it was legal. He would win these fights, beat these white boys, to pull up in the whip with a white girl. They hated that.
Of course they did.
They hated. So they tried to come up with every, freaking thing in a book to stop this man from doing like, oh, you can't, leave, like, and it's crazy because some people, I think this law is still in place today, but they're like, you can't take this girl from this location to this location. That's against the law because of her age. I think they gave R. Kelly that charge not too long ago. That's how far this law go back. But I think it started off with him, bringing white women to other places. They were giving speeding tickets, and they were like, "Hey, you give us $125 for speeding." And he's like, "Word? I'm gonna give you $300 and something." They're like, "Why are you gonna give us that much?" He's like, "Yeah, because I'm speeding on a fucking way back." They didn't like this man at all, and I think they did lock him up eventually. I forgot for what. And the real crime was for sleeping with white women. I think they took away his belt and everything. From what I remember, it was a very sad ending. It was bad.
She's reading the info right now, right? So what does it say?
Well, yeah, what's the word on Jake Johnson?
What's the 411 on this man?
You want to know his personal life?
Wait, we were looking up. You were just looking up the swirling?
I was reading from the beginning, but it's Wikipedia.
Oh, I don't need the whole man Wikipedia page.
But that's all I'm saying. That's all what you want.
I mean, we said the gist of it basically.
His professional boxing record. Maybe?
I mean, this is not a sports show. This is like we basically talking about sex here, and I'm talking about a man who basically
personal life. Let's go into the personal.
All right,
life.
let's do personal life.
Let's do personal.
His behavior was looked down upon by the African American community, especially by the black soldier Booker T. Washington, who said it is unfortunate that a man with money should use it in a way to injure his own people in the eyes of those who are seeking to uplift his race and improve his conditions.
So wait, what he was doing with his money? He was being a coon? He was cooning?
He basically opened up a nightclub and sold it 3 years later to a gangster. He was just wasting money. Like, people felt like he was just generally wasting money.
So he was basically Floyd Mayweather in 1908.
Basically. But I see here where you said once he was pulled over for a $50 speeding ticket, he gave the officer a $100 bill. When the officer protested that he couldn't make change for that much, Johnson told him to keep the change as he was going to make his return trip at the same speed.
Yeah, I'm speeding. I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone. But they don't say nothing about his swirling and how many times he would sleep with white women and then get on his case about that.
They don't leave that one alone.
Well, just let me get to it.
I mean, every picture I found of the man that wasn't him boxing, it was him and a white woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it gets that way when you're...
I mean, hey, people want to swirl. This is what they want to do.
So. Oh, hey, I'm a swirl.
Swirling is not against the law anymore. Anymore. That's the key word.
I had my share of swirl. It was different. Well, let me keep it low. But it was fun times.
Well, he got married a couple of times. He got arrested.
Of course.
How many times?
I only see one here.
Me and Peter have done not enough on the information on this man. Somebody do a movie about.
He skipped bail and left the country, joining Lucille in Montreal before fleeing to France. To flee to Canada, Johnson posed as a member of a black baseball team. For the next 7 years, they lived in exile in Europe, South America, and Mexico. Johnson returned to the U.S. on July 20th. He surrendered to federal agents at the Mexican border and was sent to the United States Penitentiary to serve his sentence in September 1920. He was released in July 1921.
What happened to him after he got released?
What
happened to him after he got released? That was basically his life. He just got locked up and went home and died an old man. That's it.
He actually died in a car accident.
God damn.
On U.S. Highway 1 near Franklinton, North Carolina, after racing angrily from a diner that refused to serve him. He was taken to the closest black hospital, St. Agnes Hospital in Raleigh. He was 68 years old at the time of his death. He was buried next to Etta Doria Johnson, which was I think it was his first wife, at Graceland Cemetery in Chicago.
You know, the documentary I heard this about, you know, their whole thing was like, their lesson was, you know, don't sleep with white women. For some reason, you know, that's just, you know, for some reason they go, like, oh, you know, he got into a car accident because he was sleeping with them white girls. You know, that don't really have nothing to do with nothing. But, you know, the lesson here ain't don't sleep with white women. The lesson here is, you know,
I mean,
don't speed.
He had a lot of hoes.
Yeah, he had plenty of hoes.
He was a hoe himself.
Yeah, he was a hoe.
He actually had a lot of prostitutes around him.
I say he was a literal hoe. Going after literal hoes.
Yeah,
he went the real deal. He was he meant hoes. Wow. Hey, you live your best life. I guess do it.
Shoot, they had a boxer at that time making money beating them boys up, man. Put ass in the seats. Maybe this guy will beat him. Nah.
Yeah, they tried. They said every white man they can was gonna beat this man. That man was going after that, and they hated it. They called him all these freaking, you know, all the worst names you can think of in the book while he was in that ring, and he just used that fuel to beat the shit out of the dude. Like, if I was a white dude boxing that black guy, and I'm hearing everybody go, hey, screw you, nigger, I'll be sitting like, guys, stop it! You give him fuel! You're giving him fuel! He's gonna murder me!
He's charged up.
You're doing this to me! You're gonna get me killed! Leave me alone! But anyway, that was this episode. That was this week's Kiki history. Harley, you still looking at this man's history?
I was into it. Oh, I'm sorry. You was trying to get the phone back.
You were just really into that man's life.
Because I was just like, oh, you a hoe. Oh, you into that? He was just.
What was he into?
The whole gambling, the like he was on some like secret Grand Theft Auto without actually robbing niggas for that. Like, I'm talking about like getting businesses and dealing with like mafia people. Like, right. He was
the real life Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Just sleeping with bitches, getting married left and right.
Oh, we need a series about Jake Johnson.
They have a movie apparently. There's a couple of movies that show like his character.
but not really him. The whole movie about him.
I was reading it when the phone was taken from me.
Yeah, because he said that was it about the kinky history.
Boy. I mean, because we were really just focusing on the swirling and how he was a hoe. That was pretty much all I wanted to talk about for kinky history.
Oh well, then he was a hoe.
Yeah, he was a famous hoe. So when you see boxers sleeping with women, just know it didn't start. And with Mike Tyson, it started with Jake Johnson. And that was this week kinky history.
What if they named they nicknamed the penis the Johnson because of him?
We gotta look up the origins of the Johnson.
Oh my God, Johnson.
Somebody gotta look up and look it up. We'll take that for another episode, but we'll figure out the origins of Johnson. Unless you can't wait and you just want to find out the answer, then go ahead and find out the answer and then tweet us at Birds of the Bees on Twitter. But what are this week's tips and tricks?
Tips and tricks coming right up.
Because if you guys don't follow the show, every week we have these segments. The first segment is the kinky history. The second segment is the tips and tricks, and then we go into our main subject. And during our tips and tricks, we give you guys something to either improve your relationship or your sex life. And this week, this tip is...
ease into dirty talk.
Ease into dirty talk, people.
I got a question. Oh, God. What's the best dirty talk turn on? Oh, but you want me to finish it?
Yes, continue.
You gotta know what your partner likes. Something like, you make me think dirty thoughts. I don't know. That was too weird.
I don't know, because that would have some, because I can't, because the normal response after that is, but they thought you haven't.
Exactly.
That's like nobody's gonna go keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, what's the dirtiest thing that you would say, Carl?
Bro, I'm old fashioned. The most dirtiest thing you may get out of me is I can't even tell you. I can't even think of. Cause I stopped say my name because I don't. But when I was younger, when I was younger, I'd be like, say my name. But now they already screaming it. I ain't gotta really tell them to do it. They already doing it. Cause I'm not a talker during sex. I don't know why. When I watch pornos and the guys talk during sex, I cringe. So I don't do it personally.
That's literally for me to watch porn, I have to have the TV on mute. Like, it's just like, don't even, because it gets to the point where it's just too much.
You know what I realized? I like my porn, like I like the movie Django. The D is silent. I don't want to hear the man say nothing. I just want to hear the girl enjoy it. That's why when I'm having sex, that's all I want is to see and hear the girl enjoying it. That's all I'm there for. I ain't got no time to go like, oh yeah, girl, you like this? You like this? I know she likes it when she's making the right sounds. Like if her body's moving the right way, she's making the right. I know she likes it. I ain't gotta say shit. You know what I mean?
Now, what if she likes dirty talk?
Then you gotta figure it out. I've had sometimes girls ask me to say some dirty shit, and I've fucked up quickly. It'd be like, I be smashing. I'm doing it from behind. The girl like, slap my ass. I'm like, oh yeah, slap that shit. Slap my ass again. Oh yeah, slap that shit. And call me a bitch. Okay. Alright, you bitch. Pretty bitch. Say I'm a dirty slut.
Alright, you dirty slut.
Alright, you dirty slut. Alright, you fucking dirty ass whore. She goes, hey, you're weak. Hey, who you calling a dirty ass hoe? I'm like, oh shit, wait, hold on now. That's not you. I thought
her ass cheeks would have been red. Every name in the book would have been said. That's me though. But
she's okay with slut and bitch, but when I called her a whore, you turned her off. Like, dried the whole thing up. She was shit, and was like, good night, hoe. Can't believe you called me a whore. Like,
time out.
I just fucking called you a bitch. Shut up.
Alright, you just told me 5 seconds ago, put my thumb in your ass. Like, what do you want from me? From me?
Oh my God.
Then later she told me because, her dad used to call her a whore and shit like that. So I was like, oh, damn it, bitch. Like,
you should have told her brother that.
Like, you gotta give me some keywords here. Just like, yo, you can say 1, 2, and 3, but don't you say 4. You gotta get pineapple, something. You gotta do something, you know?
Shit.
But me, like I said, I'm very old school. I don't know if that's even old school. I just got nothing to say during sex because I'm trying to enjoy the moment.
Yeah. I actually get uncomfortable with it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, with dirty talk?
Yeah.
Because I want to get you a Snickers bar, 7 truckers.
Look, you see? Do you see? After a while, not to not to invite everybody into the bedroom, but after a while, sometimes I just grab French and just come here, just let me hold you. Let me hold you. Keep going. Just let me hold you.
I feel like dirty talk for me, it's not during sex. It's foreplay when we're not around each other. If I know I'm seeing you Friday and it's Monday, I'm giving all the dirty talk until I see you.
Well, wait.
I'm just preparing you mentally.
I'm gonna convince you to come on Tuesday.
There's more though. I just wanted to know what would be the kinkiest thing that would come through your mind, or the dirtiest thing. What would be?
Well, for her to say to you, or you to say to her?
I would say in general. Like, it doesn't have to be me. It could be anybody else. I mean, I'm not trying to say something for the past, but think something off the bat. Like, what would be a dirty thought?
Wait, that's something she would want to hear, or something she would say?
I want to say say.
So, that I would say?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard because you gotta be in the moment to say. So I think the better question is, what would you rather hear from a guy?
Okay.
Because for guys who feel like they need to talk during sex, maybe they're more interested in what be better to say.
That's even harder too, because I'm serious. Like, don't talk to me during sex.
Yeah, I get that. There's definitely people who's into that shit. I know there are people who are definitely into dirty talk during sex.
Like, I'm the type of person that, like, I can love a person, right? But as much as, like, sex is like a very, like, intimate moment,
right?
Sometimes it's even hard for me to look the person in the eye.
Right.
It's just like, look that way.
No. I have to look. I gotta make sure we in this together. Like, you see me, I need you to know that I'm here.
You seen Baby Boy?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was.
Rest in peace, John Singleton.
Oh, rest in peace, R.I.P. But when it came down to that scene where he's like, "You gonna make those tacos, right?" Slap. Wasn't that a good scene?
Oh yeah.
That's like an example that I'm trying to say.
That's dirty talk. That nigga just made a reservation in the kitchen. He just pre-ordered his food. That's not a dirty talk.
That nigga just went to
That's not dirty talk. He was making an order.
Well, you gotta ease into the dirty talk. Test the waters for a little bit rather than immediately go in the deepest and the kinkiest dirty off the bat.
All right, so you start off slow, like, yeah. You like it when I slap that ass like that? Like, yeah, I like
instead of doing a cannonball, like just dip your foot in.
Yeah, you like how I'm fucking up your guts right now? You just keep turning up the notch, basically.
Yeah. You
just keep turning up the notch. I'm sorry if I got anybody turned on just now. I know somebody just had a reaction to that. She's like, oh, where the fuck did that come from? Holy shit. Oh, man, keep going. Like, sorry, guys. This is not a family show, but it's
I mean, you could put it simple like, I know what I would say. Yo, baby, I'm a minor. Do you like it when I dig?
I think the only time I would want dirty sex. I think the only time I would want dirty talk during sex is when we role play. Like, I remember one time I was role playing with a girl. The big one was role playing Harry Potter. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you like how I fuck you back here in the Diagon Alley? You're like, yeah. We're like, we're going to get this golden snitch later. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of Harry Potter references that I was smashing this broad. Because it was in our outfits that I had, my Hogwarts sweater on when I had a Hogwarts sweater. And she had, her Hermione glasses. Hermione glasses. Her hair. It got weird. Okay, I'll let you guys know now. When role playing was involved, my dirty talk is movie references. Okay, like,
yo, I like that. That's an adventure.
I'm just saying, that's you want to make you want to see me.
Speaking of movies, just real quick. So you want to hear something funny?
What's up?
Tell me how. Completely randomly, I decided to call Carl today. Just random. Let me see how Carl's doing. I know he's not working. And all I hear is, hello. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And I was like, hey, Carl. He's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, you're in the movie theaters, aren't you? He's like, yeah, I am. All right, Carl, call me when you're done.
It's like one of those crunch moments.
I sit far from everybody where I can pick up my phone. I'm not disturbing the movie for nobody. I'm in the back. Leave me alone. I'm far in the back.
I just loved it. I was like, of course, he would be there.
Yeah, I had to see Avengers again for the third time.
Nigga, you.
Yes, that's the same thing that I said.
Like, I told you guys, whenever you're fucking ready to see this shit, let's go. I don't know, never gave me the time.
No, actually, stuff popped up, but you know what? Let's
we'll get back into figuring out where we're going to see Avengers. But like I said, I've seen this 3 times already now.
Shit. If you wanted to do role playing with an Avengers character, since we on it,
I would have to be Hulk, because Hulk smash. You know.
We was just talking about this.
Okay, now wait, Harley, who would you bring?
But I mean, see, that's the fun thing about role playing when it comes to comic book characters, because, like, granted, you guys, you know, it's fucking Harley and Joker. You know, I've done in the past.
What? Harley and Deadshot.
Y'all more of a DC fan than I am, so I didn't even know that shot. We got.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. Did.
I mean, that explains from the movie, because Will Smith and Margot Robbie look like they're about to fuck the shit out of each other on that screen. Yeah. You know, but
dig.
But you know, the greatest thing about role playing movie characters, and you can, like I remember there was a scene in Think Like a Man 2. Where they were role playing Game of Thrones, Gabrielle Union with the Dragon Queen lady, and I guess whoever the other dude from Entourage who played Turtle, like he was Aquaman. I don't know. I don't know
how that shit works out.
But that was their thing. They were role playing for Texas. She was making all these references from the show to turn them on, and I was like, damn, that would be nice.
Wow.
So I was like, there's some Star Wars references in here, like some Lion King.
Star Wars? I just thought about that episode of Friends.
Like, what I would love to do? Fucking Titanic. Like, girl, we going in the car. We on a boat right now, girl.
See, that would be fun.
Hey, that car would be rocking like a boat,
nigga. Get the hand on the finger against the window and everything. And slide it down.
Yo, seriously, that sex scene, we need to do that Titanic sex scene.
And after you bust it out, I'm king of the world!
Yup.
Just lay it out.
Yep.
That movie got
just
girls wet alone.
Her, just
that hand got every girl wet alone.
Wait, both of y'all about to pass out. And as soon as y'all both about to pass out, you just press play on your phone. And
Yup. There's a whole skit right there. Right? Got it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Where?
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Oh, God. I know if I want to be somebody, I want to be Thanos.
I'm not surprised you're not saying right now that you wouldn't do no fucking Pirates of the Caribbean shit, and you be fucking...
He would.
Of course I would. That's on the bucket list.
The other day I put Pirates of the Caribbean on Netflix by accident, and he lost his rabbit ass mind.
Just get me rum.
Pirate's life for me.
Yo.
Shit, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, my nigga.
I would love to do it, like role playing of every fucking Disney prince. That just sounds like fun.
Oh my God. Oh, if you had to do a Disney role play, who would it be? Disney prince.
I'll go with King T'Challa. Get T'Challa in Marvel owned by Disney.
Sure. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guess what just popped in my head? Mickey Mouse with the Infinity Gauntlet saying, "I got it all.
He did got it
all. I could bend reality, nigga."
He got it all. He do got it all. Disney do got it all. He do got it all.
Let's keep it.
But I tell you guys, my dirty talk. If I can get creative, I write stories. So if I feel like the girl needs to hear something, because some girls have told me, they like to hear their man talk during sex. So that's what made me even try to make an effort to talk during sex. But like I said, I don't like to say much. But I've dealt with girls who say they want to hear some stuff, and I try to make it up on the spot. But it usually go like, you like when I do this? You like when I do that? You like how I'm tearing this shit right up?
The basics.
The basics.
Like that.
But I don't scream and say whatever I hear in pornos. That's not what I do.
You know what's funny though?
Huh.
For me, like, hearing a guy try to talk dirty is a turn off, but hearing a guy moan is the sexiest thing.
Yeah, but
some girls
we can't control that. I'm not gonna lie. I've done fake the moan before. I faked the moan or two because the girl was whack. But real moans you can't hide. If when a girl's doing some shit, you're like, girl.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the ones where it's like, talk dirty to me. Go ahead, keep going. Keep going.
You nasty.
There you go. You see? Now we getting somewhere.
Get wetter.
Yeah, but not everybody can do that good. So
improvise.
When you get to the moment where you fake moaning so you don't make somebody feel bad, something's wrong. Cause I just said that I'm like, damn, I'm really not. I'm really faking moaning here so she don't feel insecure about herself right now. Cause you know what they'll say at one point. Are you okay? Do you not like it?
Listen.
Like, hey man.
Sometimes
it's vagina. Hey, what can I say?
Some guys
you
do
definitely brought one over. Is it good use?
I mean, is this not working for you? Are you too? Oh shit! Let me not even say that.
You never know. I can't speak for everybody's vagina, but all I can say is, in my small career of having casual sex or being in a relationship in sex,
being a non-hoe.
So what?
Being a non-hoe.
Yes, being a non-hoe. I can only say, not every experience is gonna be the same as the first one, and just don't compare them, because once you start comparing them, you're gonna have a bad time, because you're gonna be like, this wasn't good, that wasn't good, that was perfect, but she was crazy. You don't want to do that, especially if you're looking to get married in the future, because the last thing you want to be able to compare a whole bunch of girls to your wife. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you want to do. I've talked to married couples, and that's one of the biggest issues they have, is they can't stop comparing their past sexual partners with their wife. Mm-hmm. And I've dealt with that. Spoke to women who say the same thing about their husband. Especially after a while, if like the husband let himself go and not doing the same shit he used to do and whatnot, they really go into that shit. Like the married couples I've spoken to, like they would it'd be like their whole thing is like, I would cheat on this man and leave him tomorrow if he didn't pay the fucking bills.
Yup.
Like, I'm only here because I can't take care of this car payment and the rent by myself.
That is called settling.
Right? Basically, just like, you know what? It's better for me to be in a relationship doing this whack-ass sex than to me go by myself and deal with the shit by myself.
I'm sorry.
And not for nothing,
too much of an A plus.
I got to.
Porn star to be even thinking about, nah.
Some people stay for sex too and nothing else.
Some people stay just because they're afraid of being alone.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Some people can't be by themselves.
Mm-hmm. They don't know how to be by themselves.
I feel like we had a point somewhere, and then I forgot what the point is now. We just dragging niggas.
Right? Like, I was like, how did we start talking shit about niggas?
But and this was all coming from Dirty Talk. How the fuck this came from Dirty Talk?
Because it went from Dirty Talk to Marvel Dirty Talk to actually Disney Dirty Talk. Then it went from south somewhere there to a story. Then I lost my compass. I'm like, what? Wasn't we just talking about just straight Dirty Talk? Then we lost again. Then we got back into Dirty Talk.
Are we gonna keep this in there?
I mean,
we're gonna change the segment.
Yeah, we're gonna might as well just change the segment now. Exactly. But and to be honest, we're just gonna keep it in there because we
need to cut that shit short,
right? It's just because honestly, if somebody's gonna figure it out where things went wrong, it's somebody who's been listening to the podcast a couple times, like, yo, they were on point somewhere, and then. They made just left.
I hope they're laughing.
And I never was able to go back to where they were, So maybe somebody might bring it up in the comments, and then we would continue with how we would go with outside of that Dirty Talk.
Shout out to the person who does that.
Right?
Hell yeah,
we definitely was not talking about Dirty Talking anymore.
Definitely wasn't.
But
I like how we all realized it at the same exact time. Like, there was just that silence. Like,
wait, where are we going with
something's wrong.
Like, wait.
Well, shit. What was after Dirty Talk? What's next?
So after Dirty Talk is the main topic of the week. Now, I'm gonna be very frank with you guys.
Talk to me.
This next conversation is going to be a very sensitive one.
Very deep one. Viewer
discretion is advised.
Yes, please.
Because we by the time you guys hear this, will probably have dropped the short. You know, if God willing, and everything go according to plan, I will have a short out called Blood on My Hands, and it will be an actual series that I'm writing that I will be doing on my website. You know, where I have a continuing original stories and stuff like that. It's gonna be an anthology, but it's a murder mystery. I don't want to. I shouldn't spoil it, but the first entry is a murder mystery, and no, I'm gonna have to spoil it. There's no way to talk about the subject without spoiling.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, when this is released,
yeah, it will be out already.
It's gonna be out already. So
just in case you guys didn't see it yet, pause this, go in the description, watch the video. The video will be in the description, and then come back and hear what we're about to say. But I'm sure if you read the tagline and read the description already, you probably already know.
Spoilers.
Not even spoilers, but they know the subject because it's gonna be in the description. So it's just like, sorry for the spoiler. So hopefully, you're following the website and you would have found the video before listening to this podcast. But anyway, the film starts off as a murder mystery, and as the story goes on, you realize, oh wow, this girl had an abortion. Because the whole time in the story, you're trying to figure out who she killed. Because she's going on about, because the short starts with the girl calling her best friend, and she's just crying, and she's yelling and talking about she killed somebody. So her best friend thinks, oh, she ran up on somebody and she murdered them, or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
She hit somebody with a car.
So she's basically trying to figure out what she did, and she's telling the story. And eventually, at the end of the story, she realized, oh, she had an abortion. And the thing is, I've shot this shot before, but when I wrote this script, I was 21. I shot it when I was like maybe 22, 23, and for a long time, I didn't want to do this short because it was such a sensitive subject, but I wanted to start this conversation because when I was younger, it's crazy. I mean, I was ended up coming back to this girl. So back when I went the first I told you guys about, the one I had the miscarriage with. Mm-hmm. So before she had the miscarriage, my mom was upset. We had to tell our parents, hey, she's pregnant. We were like 17 years old, so we had to tell mom, like, hey, you guys don't know we're having sex, but hey, surprise!
Mm-hmm.
Not only
we're having sex,
grandparents. Your grandparents,
right? So let's believe that my mama is a Christian woman. She follows the Bible to the T. She can quote that thing. Well, she can't quote it that great, but she can quote it, kinda. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the moment she found out that I was having a baby, and when I was 17. She was like, nope, get rid of that shit. Abort it. She went from Jesus love everybody to you better get rid of that baby. ASAP. ASAP. Now, granted, I didn't, I always told you guys, I never told her to get an abortion. I said, it's your body. Do whatever you want to do, whatever your decision is. I'm here. We're gonna deal with this together. We made it. We laid in the bed. We made this. We're gonna fix this, right? So she goes, all right, we're going to have this baby. And my mom like, fuck. So I pray to God. I'm like, hey, man, you know my life. You know where things are supposed to go. If you feel this baby isn't the right thing, this is not where it's supposed to do, this is not where things are supposed to go, if you feel like this is going to get in the way of your plan, your goal, whatever you have planned for me, if you feel like this is going to mess it up, do what you got to do. That's all I said. The next day, she had a miscarriage. I was like, oh, Jesus is real. Jesus, God, Jehovah, Allah, whatever name you got for this, Buddha, whatever name you got for this, the universe, Mother Nature, Earth, whatever you call it, the divine light, whatever name you got it, the force, whatever it was. It was like, no baby for you. And that was I always tell people that was God's abortion because I didn't abort nothing. God did it, So in this short, when I wrote this short, originally it had a religious tone to it because, it originally ended with, oh snap, oh shit, you killed a baby. Oops. Sorry. can't take that back, but God still love you and da 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 da.
You're trying to ease something that can't really be eased. I mean,
right, and because I'm very, I don't know if you guys realize it, because I'm not the best Christian out here, but I'm very religious. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of Christians who be like, that is not the great message to preach, brother. That's not, like, I'll never forget one time I was in church and a guy, I think he was a minister or something like that, but a guy was talking to me about the Bible, and we got into a little debate about it, and he was like, yo, you really know your stuff. Are you a minister or a minister in training? I'm like, nah, I'm in media. He's like, no, that's still a form of ministry. And I was like, oh, huh. Mm-hmm. Now that you're putting like that,
I'm out of it.
I didn't realize that, So, with that being said, it made me cautious to even want to do the short. Even though we shot it, I ended up not putting it out. Not only just because I wasn't sure about the message, but the way I shot it, I felt like the way I shot my scenes were too comical at times for a very serious subject matter. I didn't like how I shot it. The girl, I can't remember whether we shot her scenes or like. I when I looked for the footage, I see that we rehearsed it. I see the moment we shot something. I just can't tell whether that was a rehearsal or that was the actual footage. Because in the footage, she's not giving me everything I need for this movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't there. So that being said, I ended up using that footage for something else, and that ended up in New York Shorties actually. But I had a chance to redo it now. Because I realized a different way I could go about it. And, the actress that's in the film, she brought it to my attention that, the script, was almost shaming people who've had abortions. And, she felt like, that she couldn't do this project if we was going to shame anybody for having an abortion, which I was not trying to do, And I'm going to be very honest with you guys, And for me, it's all about starting a conversation. I just want to get people talking and, figure out, what's, because, everybody like to say what's right and what's wrong. So, I just want...
There's nothing...
There's a gray area.
It is a gray area because a person can be raped.
Right.
And then she can be pregnant. And
right.
She doesn't want to have the kid. And by all means, I respect you because that's not somebody that you want to be with your whole life. If you want to keep the child, remember, it's something that was forced upon. And... that's frowned upon in my book. So I would not if she says she doesn't want to have this kid, she wants to go, I respect it. There is I don't know how, but there's some people, there actually is accidental pregnancies for condom being popped.
That's how I got it.
Yeah, so I could understand that too. That is a gray area. It wasn't supposed to happen because you had protection. You did the responsible thing. The condom pop. I think you should sue the
man, everybody sued the companies that make condoms and it broke. Yeah, you can't make condoms no more. They were bankrupt.
True.
But my thing is, being as a man, I can't mansplain abortion because I am not. I don't have a uterus, so I can't speak on having something in you and then saying it don't exist and because I don't feel it. I don't have the thing in my belly. I don't know what that feel like. So I can't tell you, per se, what you got, what's in you is a living thing or not. Science will say, it's just a bag of cells, but some people say, there's life in there. Like I said, I have a pair of balls, so exactly. I can't tell you anything.
The only thing you can say is, I'm losing my nuts. That's the only thing.
Nuts, what?
Think about it. You losing a kid, that's like losing a couple nuts.
No, that's not at all. Because, it's sperm your body can hold. Some women can't have kids after losing a baby. Ooh. It's very different. Very, very different.
Very difficult, too.
Harley. I know I see you cross.
Yeah, so...
you get real comfortable back there, so yup.
Time to understand you. Since you are a woman. Let's get your take on this subject.
You're the one who can speak up for women everywhere right now.
All right.
Now, what I'm saying is, you don't have to say which is right or wrong, because we're not here to tell anybody what's right or wrong. I'm sure you hear more conversations about abortion than anybody else in his car.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with teenagers. I've had to take I call them kids. They're not kids; they're young adults. But I had to take them to the clinics to get the abortion. And it's not only just taking them there to get the abortion, but it's also knowing that I'm taking this person to have a medical procedure and I'm signing as their legal guardian. And I'm not even... I'm not going to say I'm with it. I'm not going to say I'm against it. You know, I'm more of the way I feel about it is it's your body. You do what you want to do. If you ask me if it's murder, I personally feel like it is. You know, but at the same time, I have a kid. Right. I went through like the whole pregnancy. I've experienced, you know, the late night kicking of the kidneys and rib cages and all of that. Like, right. I've witnessed her being taken out of my body. Like, right. So it's, I mean, am I for a abortion? Would I do it? No. I feel like if I was gonna be like pro-abortion, then I would have aborted her. Right. And that's something that her father, I mean, I'm not gonna tell her this, but her father, like, at one point was like with it, like, right. Hey, just, you know, why don't you just not have the baby? Right. And I was just like, hey, why don't you just, you know, go over there and sit the fuck down and figure shit out. Right.
Like, my mom told me that somebody in my life told me to tell her the same thing, like, you know, abort those babies, you know. And
I've actually had multiple people tell me to abort her. Right. And it was just like, oh, well, you know, it doesn't matter how hard it gets. Like, I'm going to still do me. Right. I'm going to take care of her. And I'm going to do what I have to do. Right.
Yeah. Just be responsible as adult.
I ain't going to lie. I remember I had one girl. I don't know if she was telling the truth or a lie, but I told her to abort because she wasn't the one for me. She was batshit crazy. Right. And I didn't want to...
I hope you didn't use that as a... What? Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. Let's start that from the beginning again. What?
Let's not and just continue on that, okay? Let's not and just continue on that. I don't have the drunk capacity to deal with the memory to go back and deal with that. So let's not dig into it and just continue.
It's locked in the memory museum.
Exactly. I drank that memory away.
So a girl said she was pregnant by you.
No, allegedly, because she lies a lot. I didn't know because that's how deep, that's how fucked up she was.
And you told her no because you didn't want to be with her. So she got rid of it without any money from you or anything? Or did you have to pay up for the abortion?
Shit. Through the bullshit that she put me through, I paid through more.
And answer the question. Did you give her money for abortion or not?
Yeah, I gave her money for the abortion. What the fuck am my money?
Yeah, well, definitely baby boy status. Definitely. Well, no, Jody never paid for no abortion. Jody was broke, right?
Jody drove her car. Yeah. And waited outside. Like,
you want your son to eat? Sorry. Oh God, guys, I can't tell you what to do with your body. I am a Christian, you know. I'm a very confused Christian. But I'm not going to over here and slander you with my religious belief and tell you what to do with your body.
Yep.
You know?
Just focus on mine.
Right?
And keep it moving.
And, you know, a lot of times I hope the people I'm dealing with are just as religious as me, but you end up not, and you end up having sex with them anyway.
Take me now.
You know, so if I end up, God forbid, I have sex with somebody tomorrow and she gets pregnant, you know, I'm not going to be on like, you know, oh, you can't kill this baby because it's a child of God. But I'm also not gonna be like, you better have it. You know, I'm like I said earlier, I'm not pro, I'm not anti. It's
the gray area.
It's a very gray area. You know,
it's a touchy area.
Yeah, you know, if a girl says we get rid of it, by all means, it's your body, do what you want. But if she says we're gonna keep it, I'm like, all right, cool, because like that's kind of what I would want to do. But you know, because
I mean. It's like Frenchie said, like, you know, it has its pros, like, all right, you know, someone gets raped and, you know, they get pregnant by the rapist, and, you know, of course, if I was in a situation like that, I'm not going to want to have my rapist baby.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to want to. But right. Me being me, I probably would and just give my baby up for adoption.
Right.
but that's me.
Right.
You know, someone else probably just doesn't want to go through that at all, and by all means, you know, do what you got to do.
Right.
But at the same time, there are some people that are just like, all right, well, you know what?
Here you go.
I had sex without a condom, even though I know what could happen if I have sex without a condom, and I took that risk anyways, and
he didn't know how to pull out.
I just, hey, you know, and then they continue doing it. Right. That's where my problem is. Where it's like, all right, I got one.
Wait, somebody coming back for abortions?
Yeah, I've seen that plenty of times.
Where people coming back to back for abortions? Mm-hmm. You know, it's funny, it's like, cause there was a line in the script I took out where I was like, it's not like, where I had the character say, it's not like you're having sex all the time and having abortions back to back, because I felt like that was shaming. But that's crazy. I didn't know that people literally are going back to back. Mm-hmm. Same people with like the same baby daddy, or new people that were smashing?
New people that were smashing.
Jesus. Lord, we're not shaming nobody. We're not shaming.
No one. I had one individual, one girl that had came in, and they was just like, all right, look, this is like your 5th abortion.
Jesus. Like,
you know, your body can't really take much after 3. And I'm like, who's coming for 3 abortions?
Right.
Like, why? Why? But then I'm looking at this one like, this is your 5th? Like, what?
Like,
wrap it up!
My child, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Please, please.
They made millions, billions, trillions of condoms for a reason.
Fuck responsibly, people. That's basically what we're saying. And, you know, if you're gonna not, well, I can't even say if you're gonna nut in a girl, because, you know, sperm, what do you call it? Pre-cum can make a girl pregnant too. So just know what you're getting yourself into if you're fucking without a condom. And if you're having sex with a condom, just know that, you know, there's that 1% chance that the condom will break or it may end up inside her. You know, it happens. Trust me, believe it happens. And, you know, you can get up in there, you know. So, you know, be aware and be careful. And, you know, it's the conversation you and your partner would have to have with each other if you want to keep it or get rid of it.
I remember the conversation I had with Frenchie.
What, if y'all had a baby?
No. Oh, that conversation. I thought we were talking about the condom.
I mean, what with the condom? I was going to get off the subject, but I was like, you know, you open up the rabbit hole, and now I'm curious.
No,
Alice is going in.
I was listening to you, but I was more focused on, like, wrapping it up. So when you were talking about opening up the conversation about whether it's gonna be with or without, I was thinking with or without the when are we gonna start, if we're gonna start having unprotected sex too eventually, so
wait to eventually make it, baby.
So I kind of was that's where I was at.
So I definitely want to end with, if you're having sex without a condom, you're making a baby. So, keep playing Russian roulette if you want with the pull-out game. Okay, people? Keep playing Russian roulette.
Don't tell them
that. What are
you
talking about?
Don't tell people this.
Like, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not telling them to actually literally play Russian roulette. I'm telling you, you better wrap this shit up.
Shot.
You might, because even if I'm telling you, the pre-cum can get a girl pregnant.
It sure the fuck can.
Special stuff.
You don't want to be in the conversation. You don't want to have this conversation about whether it's alive or not.
But Joe, I didn't even bust a knife.
Like, you don't want to be on the Maury show. Like, save yourself the drama.
You are not the father.
Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, because it's hard, you know. And I'm just speaking as someone who had that conversation and who was in that situation at one point where it's like everybody's telling you, you gotta get rid of that baby. Tell her to get rid of that baby. And I'm sitting here like, I can't do that. That's her body.
And when people were telling me to have an abortion, I was just like, yo, if I was like, if I was able to lay there and have sex, like, I can take whatever, and I had unprotected sex, I can take whatever consequences come with it. Right. And I know having unprotected sex, one of the consequences to it is unwanted pregnancy. I got pregnant. Now I got fucked. Okay, well, I got a kid now. Right. Like, what else was I expecting? A fucking birthday cake? That doesn't work like that. Like, you have sex without a condom, like, you're going to have a kid. The chances of you having a kid is there.
Right.
Like, people.
Sex was made,
especially in both y'all
clans. This is my religious side talking, but sex was made to make babies. That's what, according to what I've been told as a kid, and I've been, indoctrinated and brainwashed with. That God made sex for babies. You're having sex, you're making babies.
There are actually some religions that don't believe in condoms just because they believe when you have sex, the main purpose to have sex is to reproduce.
I'm sorry, but I'm not busting out on you every night for the rest of our lives to keep making babies. That
is a mission.
I know we're supposed to.
That is a goal.
I know we're supposed to. What's it to
now everybody trying to be Genghis Khan.
It's a Bible verse. I forgot what you're supposed to do with your seeds. You're supposed to something with seeds. You're supposed to. No, basically it's fertile the seeds, fertilize them. But it's I can't believe I can't remember the phrase. Oh God, I can't remember the phrase right now. But I'm thinking soak your royal oats, but that's coming to America. That's not the Bible. Something about something and multiply. Something in season, something and multiply. Basically the Bible says get your freak on and have a bunch of babies, and continue your legacy with a whole bunch of babies. And some people take it to heart and have 30 babies. I met a man who got 29 brothers and sisters. Some
Papa
people
was a rolling stone.
Some people really go forward with that, and I'm planting these seeds everywhere. I'm Johnny Appleseed.
All I want is
apples.
All I want is 11, maybe 13.
My Josiana actually has 40 aunts and uncles on her father's side. On her father's side, well over 40.
That's crazy.
Get a bunch of.
That day was busy. Daddy was busy.
I have to spread everything. It has to be done.
Unless he had maybe 3 baby moms doing the weigh-ins mama thing where they having 12 kids each.
Did you hear about the new thing that's going on now?
What?
This guy, he had his girlfriend, right?
Uh-huh.
And
you talking about the personal trainer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the personal trainer who got both sisters pregnant, and they're both keeping it.
Yep. Lucky one bastard. Is having a girl.
What do you mean lucky? That makes me stressed out. You think one baby mom was an issue? Imagine having 2.
And their sisters.
And you're keeping them happy. If you
wait till that baby come out. Let's see how long he can keep both of them happy.
And then he's having a girl and a boy.
Wow.
And they're due a month apart.
I don't know either people. I don't know them personally, but I will say that they're in for a long haul with that one. That I like.
You about to strap in tight, mother.
People believe in polygamy, so maybe there's a chance they can make it work.
But that's my sister.
But that's what I'm saying. Eventually, during the threesome, somebody's gonna feel a certain way that somebody's getting more love than the other, and be like, "You treat me better." Well, now I'm just speculating, but
No, it happens. That's why I don't do threesomes.
Right? You like her more. You like her more than me. You treat her better than you treat me. Yeah.
I had one girl try to fight me. I'm trying to tell him to go to you. Bitch, go there. It's not my fault.
It's.
Get him off of me.
I'm telling you, if some of you guys are like, he's the man, he's the hero. He got twins. You got are they twins or they're just sisters?
They're twins.
They're like, yeah, you got twins pregnant. Yeah, you the man. They both love you. Oh man, you the man. And I'm just like, he's about to go through it. He practically about to have twins of his own. They're only a month apart, the babies.
Basically.
So you have to technically have twins of your own. Maybe they're gonna be the same age. They're just not the same. And they're gonna look alike. So the sisters look alike, right? Or they're fraternal twins.
No, they're
identical, right? Mm-hmm. So he's basically having fucking twins. Mm-hmm. The kids are gonna look exactly alike because the mother look exactly alike. They're both his kids. So twins ain't easy. So I'll tell you now. Being a twin, my mama went through it a lot. So just imagine having 2 baby mamas and twins. Ooh, I pray for that man. Pray for that man. Pray for them babies.
Wait, what is
it? They're not having twins. They're having one.
Yeah, but the babies are coming from the same. Their mother are twins. They look alike. The baby's gonna look alike because they're coming from the same man. Well, how they gonna look different?
Yo, they have to post pictures of what these kids look like. Now this is the whole thing. Now Now I have to see where this is going. You see?
Gotta find out the Instagram names. I'm following them.
You see
Like,
what
I
you
don't
did?
know
You see
you,
what
but I
you
just
did,
want
bro?
to see how these babies come out.
But that could be like a whole skit in itself.
Yeah,
Yo.
which baby is which? Okay, I know this one gotta be Bianca's baby because she likes blue, and I think she had the girl. So yeah, it's the girl who wears the blue, and that one's the boy who likes to wear pink. I don't know why they put the boy in the pink, but some reason they keep doing this to my baby, and they keep telling him, stop it. He's not old enough to make up his mind yet. Stop it. You know, and that's a whole other subject in itself. People were like, nah, my baby's a girl and it's a boy. And like, hey now, can the baby come and talk first before you decide that he's a girl? But who am I to say? I don't have children, so I'm not going into that conversation. You know, but that's definitely a conversation to go into one day. Because people are having this conversation where they're trying to choose their baby sex when it's already been made up by the universe that
Exactly. That this is a boy, this is a girl.
I was watching this video with Charlie. I say his name Charlie Theron. What's the actual name? Theron. Fast and the Furious 8. Blonde lady. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but I don't know her name.
You don't know her name either? Anyway, so she has a boy from South Africa. She adopted this black boy from South Africa, and she's been dressing him as a girl this whole time. And at one point, she claims that the boy said, you know, that I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, or something like that. And she was like shocked about it. I'm like, how are you shocked when you've been dressing the boy up as a girl this whole time? You ain't not shocked about that. You don't lie to me, Charlie. Don't lie to me, Charlie. Don't lie, you know. But
what type of phase? Like, yo, what? I'm sorry. Carl's looking at me and he's like, yo, I feel your same pain, bro. Shaking my head. Shaking, delete, terminate,
there's like question marks over here. It's like watching Pokemon, like the original Pokemon with the with the question marks.
Right.
Like that's literally how that happens and stuff. Like that doesn't.
I just say let your kids make up their mind of whether they're girls or boys, straight or gay. Let them make up their mind first before you give them that identity.
See,
like prime example, Dwayne Wade, right? It's the one that's with Gabrielle Union. Mm-hmm. So recently, I saw that they took Gabriel. They took one of his sons to the gay parade, and he just came out.
It was his nephew.
It was his nephew? Mm-hmm. I thought it was his son. It was his nephew?
It was his nephew.
Okay, so it was his nephew. Thank you for clarifying that, because I thought it was his son. So, somebody was like, oh, he's too young. He's not even old enough to sniff the pussy yet, right? So the person responded, so how many cocks did you smell before you realized you were straight? And I was like, that's a good point. I never had to suck a dick or smell one to know that I didn't want one. They gotta make sense. You kind of know what you want. I know when I was a kid, I knew what I wanted. Granted, we grew up in a generation where we were able to see sex at a very early age, but you know what you was paying attention to the most when you were watching that, and that's the sign right there. Whatever you're looking at the most, that's the one you're actually going for. Yeah, that's what I think.
It's funny though, because I had growing up, I remember I had my experimental stage where I actually had not one but two girlfriends at the same time. Actually, they lived right next door to me. I lived in the middle. I lived here, and one lived here, and the other one lived right there.
And they're both your girlfriends.
Both my girlfriends, and it was just like, all right, we're gonna fuck around, and we fucked around as a group, like.
I missed this phase.
Anywho.
Oh, now yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because when I used to watch porn at that time, I used to pay attention to the female.
Right.
And it was like, oh well, I thought maybe I'm attracted to females. So which is how I ended up in that whole phase.
Right.
And it was one day I remember I was sitting with these two and they were having a whole makeout session and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, guys, I'm not feeling this. I really don't like y'all. I don't think I like girls. And I left the house. There. I walked downstairs and I went back into my house and just I realized I don't like girls. I just want to experience that pleasure.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right. And that's how I know I'm a straight man, because I don't look at a man and think about that at all. I want to experience that now. My nigga, you good over there? Mm-hmm. And, you know, keep your ass over there, bro. You good, bro? Good seeing you. You know what I mean? Like that's how you know you're not gay, people. If you look at the same sex and you don't go, like, if you don't do that, you're good. You know what I mean? You're good. I mean, I'm not saying you're bad if you do. I'm just saying if you go, you know, you need to start accepting, you know, what you like. You know, you like it. You know, if you like it, acknowledge that you like it. Because, you know, you're only hurting yourself and everybody else by trying to deny it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but at a very young age, I knew what a beautiful woman looked like. And I was always with that. Like, I want that.
You need that.
You know what I mean? You know, this was the ultimate test.
I love
for
the cat.
If you know who's gay or not. You know, well, for guys. I think, I can't recall if this happened or not, but I have the memory of, you know, like, well, one time it was a couple of us, right? You know, I don't know why we put on a porno, but that's what people do when you're young. You just put on a porno, y'all just watch.
That's a fact.
And
That's a fact.
the dude's dick would show up on the screen. The only one who kept looking at the screen when everybody turned away usually ended up being the one who was gay later in life. Every fucking time. And it almost became a sign like, oh, he kept looking. Like if they kept looking, we knew, like, oh, he really wanted to look at that dick. He wanted to see what it looked like, you know. Like, we was trying to look away, like, there's nobody else there but her. That's it. We don't see nobody else. We do not acknowledge the man in this picture, you know. But, you know, every once in a while you hear a guy goes, oh, you know, he shaved. Like, what? Like, nigga, you notice what the fuck? What? Like, nah, man, look, it's so clean. Smooth. It's so smooth. Man.
This is
like,
oh
what?
God.
Like
you're describing it.
Like, it was circumcised. Like, what? You do it? What? You know what, man?
It was
you know what, bro? Like, all right.
Do you know that they have a category called MSM?
What MSM?
MSM is men who sleep with other men, but they're not gay.
You know what? I know that's true because I read this book when I was working at the museum, and the book was just, it had like, I forgot what it was called, but it was basically a whole bunch of messages. It was like messages from the digital bathhouse or something like that, right? And like, it was one message where the guy was like, hey man, you know, I'm not gay, but I want you to suck my dick. You know, I just, you know, want to experience it. And I'm just saying, like, that's not gay.
No. I'm not talking about experience. These are guys that, on a regular, sleep with other guys, but would tell you, I'm not gay. I just sleep with other guys.
That's not gay, though? I think that's gay. I don't even think I can say think. I know that's gay. You're literally having sex with the opposite sex. I mean, no, with the exact same sex. Because straight means you're having sex with the opposite sex. Mm-hmm. So if you're having sex with the same sex,
they sit there and I've tested people. They sit there and they're like, you know, I'm like, all right, so what's your sexual orientation? I'm straight. Okay. And it's like, all right, so how many partners have you had? Oh, I've had this amount of partners. All right, so you've had this amount of females, and they're like, no, male.
What?
Flip the page back over. I'm sorry. You said here that you were straight. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. I must have. No, I am straight. But you're telling me that you're sleeping with. Okay.
Hey guys, no shame. We're not shaming on nobody and what you're having
not
sex.
At all.
I know.
There's only straight or gay. There's no bias there.
LGBT.
I just want to say. It's 2019. Ain't no reason to be in the closet.
That's a fact.
I
mean, we're transitioning from females to males to females. Like,
so what?
I mean,
I literally there's a sign at my job that for the bathroom it just says whatever. It doesn't say man or women. It just says whatever. Mm-hmm.
When you go to the what you call it, the Department of Health, they don't even have male or female bathrooms. It just says unisex. And literally, like, is male and females going, is single stalls, but, so it's one person at a time.
Right.
Like, but it's unisex, and it just, anybody going random. They got the toilet and the urinal. Interesting.
I was gonna go into this whole thing about, you know, cause I started thinking about Mr. Garrison in South Park, where he was, you know,
Yes.
you know, he had a sex change, but he couldn't tell whether he was a lesbian or if he was straight because he had a sex change. You know, because, you know, he's technically a woman now because he got the surgery, but he also like women. So it's like, is he gay?
Did you see? Wait, did you see that whole episode?
I'm just saying. Like, I never could understand it. I'm like, so is it gay or is he straight? Because he's technically he was a man.
But isn't that kind of like Caitlyn?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, right?
Same
like,
exact thing.
Like, you know, so
and
like,
Caitlyn's married, if I'm not mistaken, now.
to a woman?
No,
to a man.
Wow. Eventually, you know, I guess you gotta go for all the way, you know.
I guess it's one of those like, all right, I'm in a female body, and I just feel like I should be a guy, even though I'm attracted to, you know, guys. I just feel like I should be a guy.
I can't speak on it because I don't live that life. I can't speak on it. It's not me. But what I will say is, you know, be who you are. Live your life. It's 2019. You shouldn't hide who you are. And if you know, like the same sex,
hey,
it's
2019.
Right?
What you gotta do.
Like I say, guys, I have my religious belief, but that's between me and God at the end of the day. So I'm gonna live my life the way I feel like I need to live my life. I'm not gonna tell you know, right? I'm not gonna, you know, we all sin, quote unquote, according to the Bible, but I'm not gonna judge you because you sin differently from me. You know, that's, you know,
as long as you're a cool person,
right? Like, hey, you shouldn't be having sex before marriage. That's like calling the kettle black. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, because my thing at the end of the day, like, we find out these, you know, this freaking priest raping little boys. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell, ain't nobody can be saying nothing about nobody. You know, and you got freaking choir boys afraid to go to church because the priest keep touching them funny during choir practice. Then you know that, you know, we are going to have to deal with this life. You know, we all got our, quote unquote, our own judgment day coming, you know, quote unquote. You know, I don't know what spiritual thing you guys believe in, whether you don't believe in anything or anything like that. But one thing I will say is I know what it looks like in the end when I saw my dad die. And we all, one way or another, it's going to be us, hopefully, laying on our back. And we're like, oh shit, this is it. We may not be able to say it, but the look in our eye will be there to whoever the fuck is there looking at us. If we're lucky enough to be with somebody when we're on our way out. And, you know, you know, some people have, you know, peaceful deaths where, you know, they die silently. Some people fucking scream until they fucking die. You know? I hope we all go out happily. But, you know, don't make sure you live what the life you want to live before you get to that moment. Because we all going to die the same way. That's basically what I'm saying. No matter whether you believe you're going to go to heaven or hell, whether you believe you're going to be reincarnated.
Whatever happens,
whatever you believe,
we all going to get to that moment at one point.
Basically.
So just make sure you enjoy your life until you get there. And you do what you feel is right. You know? That's all I can tell you. I'm going to do what I feel is right. You do what you feel is right. Mm-hmm. But that was this episode of The Birds and the Bees. You know, we made this episode a little bit longer because we wanted to make up for lost times and late episodes and stuff like that.
Well, it was a good one anyway. Had a lot to accomplish.
Right? Definitely this was a provoking, you know.
And it was better to lighten the mood and then start over good.
Right. I was not going to end it with abortions. You know, this is a thing.
You can't.
You know, it's like...
We want to hear your thoughts too. We would like.
No,
you know
I don't. They're not. We're not heavy with your abortion stories.
No. You know what's crazy though? Not for nothing. We ended one podcast off on a bad, like on a depressing note.
Uh-huh.
And I remember after that, it was just like, all right, guys, we finished the podcast, and you saved it. And you put the phone down, and we just looked at each other. It was just like, maybe we shouldn't have ended it like that. That was not the way to do it. We just
this one was better.
Yeah. You can't end it on a depressing note.
No. You know, and you know, I mean, granted, we were literally ending this with, hey guys, we're all gonna die anyway.
No, live your life. Live your life to the fullest.
Right, you know, because you know, I believe we got one try. You know, some people say, you know, YOLO, you only live once. You know, but then my religious stuff kick in. Like, nah, bruh, we got to answer for this shit. There's somebody with a book, and he gonna be like, hey, you did A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, oh, damn, I did do that, didn't I? You know?
Oh, my God.
So, I live my life.
Word, like you sit here just thinking about your lies.
Like, I
got an excuse for that. See, what happened was...
Of course you motherfuckers do. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be laughing.
I'm on my deathbed. I'm gonna be like, damn it, what am I gonna say? All right, because I do it now. I do it now with my mom.
Right.
Like I come up with excuses for her, so I'm going to come up with excuses. Like, listen, look, I know I shouldn't have ran over that dog. But, I mean, look.
Like, you know my heart. You know my heart.
It was either the dog or the car. It was the dog or the car, man.
I chose the car.
I chose the car. I'm sorry.
You know.
I mean, I'm you know, no, I'm not on, you know, animal abuse.
Oh,
like,
shoot, I just thought of something new right now.
What you thought of?
The kinkiest deaths. That should be a good something crazy for next week.
Like, I mean, we can, because I've definitely seen a couple episodes of 1,000 Ways to Die, and people have died kinky ways. You know, like, you know, the best example I can think of.
No, whoa. Next
Next
week.
give a
little taste?
The one with the animal, where the people dressed up as the animal.
We already did that one.
We did?
Yeah, we did. We did that part.
You talking about people having sex with animal clothes
Yeah.
on, and somebody died with
That's
they was in the
fuzzies.
forest, wasn't they? They was in the forest.
Yeah, he was in they was in the forest or some area. The fuzzies was having their little fuzzy
and the real actual
bear came out of nowhere. He was high on shrooms.
Yeah, and they thought that it was another person in the costume.
Yeah,
and
he's
the bear
like, I want to try and hit you.
He's
like, yeah, you want to eat? Got something for it. Oh, my balls!
Jesus.
Get off!
That's too kinky.
Guts!
I was thinking more of somebody, you know, trying to masturbate and then they tie their neck up with a belt.
I mean, the kinkiest thing that I've seen
you saw somebody have sex and fucked himself and die?
Well, I think
he died?
No, he bear chugged like some wine. No, I think he shoved a bottle up his ass. Cause that's like another.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he died. That's
like,
a pain.
yeah.
That's a pain of failure. That shit go.
Like, yeah.
You shove a big ass bottle up your anus, and then it goes past a certain point.
But that was for pleasure. Was that for pleasure or that was a dare?
Pleasure. That's for pleasure, bro.
What happened with that is that the bottle broke.
Oh yeah, that
and
one.
the shards had broke inside him, and it literally cut him open. So he literally bled to death because they couldn't get to it, obviously. Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh shit! So we do it.
And that, guys, is this week's episode.
He's like, let's leave it.
We was all the way out. That was even
That's so wrong.
That was even bloody
That
assholes.
is so wrong.
Like, God damn it!
I told you let's not do it, but you wanted to open the door, so I put the seatbelt on the door.
He knows me.
Yo, that one you did on your own. You put the
We went
seatbelt
from living your life, live your best life, to bloody asshole.
Boom.
Like,
Living the best life.
so
And coming back from those cuts.
yeah, so just live your best life and don't shove bottles up your asses. All right, much
Please
love, God
be-
bless. 2 million chicken grease. We out of here.
Laters.
Bye.